talking about cutting, making yourself grow up, harming yourself in depression. And if you're here and you're a teacher, like, you don't know how to do that here, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, tells us that 1 out of 5 young people from 6th to 12th grade will think about hurting themselves. And if you're here depressed, I was depressed in middle school because of all the academic problems I had and all the issues I had. And if you're here and you're depressed, okay, or maybe you're here and things aren't going that well, please don't try to go on your own. Please let us love you. Please get some help. We have guidance counselors here. We have principals. And I'm going to tell you something. We, your teachers, that person, the person on the floor, we love you. Don't you love them? You love them because you're not making any money. No. You don't go to Catholic education for the money. Just look at the teacher's parking lot. Okay? You know, we love you, we care about you. You gotta tell us, so if you're here and you're hurting, and you're going through a tough time, let us love you, let us care about you. Okay? And then, as far as this online thing, how many of you send and receive texts? How many of you are on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you know, all that stuff? Put your hands down. You guys are looking at me like, dude, you're old. Okay? But, all of it, and I'm going to end with this teaching point on social media and online harassment. It should end here. There should be no more. And all this garbage should end today, as you guys have been told. All of that stuff is prosecutable. Say the word prosecutable. Prosecutable. It's a big word. It means punishable. You can be suspended in the state of Illinois for a text you send, for something you tweet, for something you post. Man, you got to understand this. The state of Illinois is taking this very serious. I have been to Catholic schools throughout the country, and I've been administrators. Matter of fact, I just finished a tour outside of Georgia, and I've been an administrator. So I just had to suspend a 6th grader. Understand this. When you send a text, it comes from your phone. It is traceable back to your phone. You can really mess up your life, especially in this state. This state has some of the most toughest cyberbullying laws on the books, and your administrators have no choice. They must turn you into the cops when they see certain things or certain images in your text, tweet, or post. So next time you pick that phone up and you think about putting something out there that's nasty, understand this. You can find yourself kicked out of school for it. You can find yourself talking to a cop for it. And I've met young people your age that have completely messed up their life, especially with Instagram. They've taken inappropriate images. In means not appropriate. As young kids, as 6th to 8th grade, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, taking pictures and putting them out there, and they have paid the price and got charged. And it's going to be on the record until they're 18. How many of you want to go to college? How many of you want to get a scholarship? Only where you're going. How many of you want to be successful, make some money, and move out of your mama's house? This dude's like, okay. Listen to me, young people. This is really hard to get. It's probably the hardest concept out of everything we've covered. Every goal you have, all the things you dream about, you can mess it up with one stupid post, text, tweet. Because if you get charged with a misdemeanor, I'm not saying they're going to lock you up. Misdemeanors are kind of crime where you don't get locked up, but it's on your record. It's going to be on your record until you're 18. Now, when you go to get your first job, and all you're going to want your first job, pushing your carts back or whatever, Walmart, pay for gas, they're going to do a background. See, y'all know about it. And what are they going to find? What you did. Are you getting that job? When you go for scholarships, college scholarships, they're going to do a background. And if you have a misdemeanor on there, are you going to get that scholarship? I know this is really hard. So you're like, dude, I don't even cheat. How can I get in this much trouble? I travel around the country. I meet middle school kids and their parents all the time that have gotten themselves into big trouble because of social media. And I keep on trying to name all of them. Texting, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. There's so many of them you guys got involved with. There's just too, so we call it social media. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's pretty simple. Just remember this. Don't hate online. Don't forward it, don't save it, don't do, just if something comes in, because kids get punished for forwarding, especially that. You may not even be the one that wrote the nasty thing, but if it comes into your account and you forward it out there to your list, guess what? You're in charge, you're at risk. If something comes in, don't forward it, don't save it, put it in the trash where it belongs. Physical, do the hand things, it makes me happy. They are physical, verbal, exclusion, online, with me, they are physical, verbal, exclusion, online. Come on, wake up, one more time, they are physical, verbal, exclusion, online. Bullies do what they do because they want to see an emotional reaction. They want to see an emotional reaction. So if someone gets in your face a little bit, don't let them see an emotional reaction. Okay, if you're hanging out at school and you see someone gossiping or hear someone gossiping, some garbage going down, you have the courage to say, stop. You have the courage to say, stop. You have the courage to say, stop. Say, I have God-given abilities. Say, I have power. Sing, here I go to save the school. Okay, you go do your cowardly bullying thing because that's what you are. Okay, you go over because you have courage and courageous and you have character and leadership. You go over and you tell him to stop bullying. This time Charlie blows you off. Okay, you look around for a teacher, but there's no teachers. You remember not to hit. And you see these older guys hanging out from St. Lawrence. You heard St. Lawrence is a cool school and their leaders. You go over to these older guys and you say, help me out. This little kid Charlie down here is being a bully because he is little compared to these St. Lawrence. I don't know if they're all that big, but anyway. And so you go over and together you and the St. Lawrence guys challenge Charlie. You ready? Action. She blew you out. He blew you out. Give me in. Go ahead and stand. Great job. That was fun. These big guys are gonna roll over. Charlie just went, I'm out of here. You gotta stick together. When you try to stop bullies, you stick together. When you try to stop bullies, you. We're gonna go to perhaps one of the most terrifying places on the planet. Do I have till 1 o'clock? What time do I have to? I forgot to ask. Okay. Well, we'll skip the next. Do you know why you're being a bully?
Making fun of him?
But why are you making fun of him?
Because his shoes are...
But why are you doing it? Because deep down in here, you're a coward. Okay. So we got a victim, a bully, and a bystander. A victim, a bully, and a bystander. With me. Victim, bully, bystander. Louder. Victim, bully, bystander. Louder. Victim, bully, bystander. Now what's your name?
Sassy.
Sassy? Did I say it right? Sassy. Sassy. Say it again. Sassy. Sassy. I got it. That's audio processing. interesting thing I have. Ceci. Okay, Ceci. You know what? If you left your room in a bad state, you know what your parents would say? Ceci is messy. All right, stop it. Okay, all right. I'm off on all kinds of tangents here. Okay, Ceci, you are the bystander. Now let's talk about the role of the bystander. The bystander is not the people, they're not the boy, they're just standing, but that's why we call the bystander. I figured it out myself. Now, the bystander, let's admit this. Let's just be honest. The bystander sees the hate, hears the hate, sees the garbage. How many of you have been hanging out in school, you've heard someone be gossiping against them, or seen somebody be a bully? How many of you did something to stop it? Boom, and I just lost half of you. Okay, the rest of you understand. What you just admitted to me is that you didn't have the courage to do anything. And St. Lawrence is about leadership. We talk about that a lot. I want you to have the courage to do something. Ceci, I want you to understand that you have courage. You have power. Go, I have power. I have courage. I will make a stand. Here I come to save the school. Give her in. That was awesome. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Charlie, you're going to go be a cowardly bully because that's what you are. Okay. Ceci, you're going to remember you have responsible as a believer in Christ. You're going to make a stand. You're going to do the right thing. You're supposed to be different, like Romans 12:2. So you're going to go over, you're going to look at Charlie, and in a loud, clear voice, you're going to say, stop bullying. Stop bullying. Say that. Stop bullying. If you see someone being nasty, you say, stop bullying. Okay, ready? Action. Now, what are you going to do if you go up to Charlie or the gospel girl, and what are you going to do if you go up to them and they do not stop when you tell them? What are you going to do? Who said hey? Who was that? Who said that? Was that you, dude? Who was that? Wait a minute, what's your name? Seppi? Giuseppe's standing here, and he's at the anti-violent, no, sit down, man, you scared me. Okay. He's at the anti-violence, anti-bullying assembly. I said, what do you do if you got Giuseppe? He said, hang on. Okay, repeat after me. No physical violence. No physical violence. No physical contact. No physical contact. I like this group. So what are you going to do?
Tell them to stop again.
But what if they still don't stop? Yeah, but who are you going to get to do that? Yes, you're going to get help. If the boy doesn't stop, you get help. If the boy doesn't stop, you get help. If the boy doesn't stop, you get help. Now, what if there are no teachers around? You call your mom. You get other students. And so we're going to stick together. We're going to pretend we're hanging out, and we see some students from St. Lawrence. So come on up here. Give these guys a hit. They're all graduates. They are all graduates of St. Daniel's. They are all escapees of St. Daniel's. Now go to St. Lawrence. Boy, they're all tall, too. Okay, aren't they cute? I mean, aren't they? Let's give them a hand for graduating St. Daniel's and going to St. Lawrence. But I want to say Lawrence, I was very impressed with St. Lawrence. You want to know why I was impressed? You say why? They got some awesome colors, man. That yellow and that gold, it looks so cool. Okay, so what's your name?
Tim.
Tim, you have cool sideburns. Now, Tim, why do you like St. Lawrence?
The awesome upperclassmen.
So they don't beat them?
No.
No, okay, at least not yet. Okay, so you like the upperclassmen in St. Lawrence? What's your name? Joe, you're going to have to come closer because my cord is around. Joe. It would seem as though JoJo was some type of sick child. It didn't occur to me one day that my 4.5-year-old had become a stuffed animal. I tried putting him in timeout. Tip, timeout is overrated parenting for you're sitting there going, no, that didn't work. Timeout work for your kid? What worked? All right, that's right, your kid, shock therapy. But, no, just kidding. He said, how does it go? We used to cancer. No. So, I tried timeout. I'd stick him in his little timeout corner, and he'd get this little corner, turn around and do his little timeout look. Look like Chucky. And I'd be like, don't you do that. Dad, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. But the very next day, ha! Finally, I got this idea. It's kind of scary. It took me a logical 3.5 months of puppy puddle warfare to think of the idea. But I called my little girl over. I said, May, we got to stop children from taking puppy puddles. We do, Daddy. He ripped the ear off. And we had to take him, did that Build-A-Bear up here? Yeah. And we had to take him to Build-A-Bear, back to Build-A-Bear to get him stitched up and fluffed up. And I don't care how old you are, that fluffer machine is cool! I'm like, let me do it. My little girl like, Daddy, did you have your pill? Like, no, Daddy had a donut. You know you got issues when you're 50 and your kids are telling you to take your medicine. But you know, I have had some struggles over the years and still do it. Let me tell you something. If you're struggling, you gotta take the long vision, you know? Let me put it this way. If I can make it with all my issues, and I think you've done this by watching me, I have some. But if I can make it with all my issues, you can make it with yours. You know, so, I said, we gotta stop. We do that. I said, well, I've got an idea. None of your other ideas have worked. Thanks for believing in your father. I said, listen, tomorrow morning we're gonna let Jojo have puppy puddles. That's not a good idea. You didn't let me finish. We're gonna let Jojo have puppy puddles, and you're not gonna react. You're not gonna cry, yell, scream, or freak out. I don't know if I can do that, Daddy. I'll give you Captain Crunch with extra sugar. Okay. So the next day, we put puppy puddles on the floor where you Jojo would find over here on the floor. And I told May, the cats, the dogs, the children, my older son, I said, do not freak out, do not pay any attention, you know what Jojo's gonna do. So Jojo come out and do his little bobblehead walk, and he's like, ha! And he took off, and May was over at the breakfast table going, you know, so Daddy's got puppy. I can see that. Mama, can I chase? Do not chase him. That is what he wants. Mama, can I yell? Do not yell. That is what he wants. Gonna cry. Do not cry. That will fill him with sick and evil joy. Just eat your cereal and act happy. Okay, just talk to me. Just ignore him. Let's just talk. Hi, Daddy. She didn't do anything. The cats, the dogs, the children. Nobody did anything. And after a while, it might take a while. If people have been gossiping about you for years and you blow on that first day, they're going to come back to see you for real. But you keep blowing on the hay, they don't go away. After a while, Jojo put puppy puddles down and he hasn't picked them up since. May stop giving him an emotional. Someone won't let you go to your birthday party. You can't come to my birthday party. No, boo, boo. I don't like your birthday. She said it's not mine. She's looking at me like, at least I have hair to hold back. You know, people always, you just don't let them get in your head, man. Don't let them get in. Don't let them, you know what it's going to do. Don't let them take a night to your life. Keep out of your face. Keep it in a place. Forget the haters. Forget the gossip. Forget the racists. Forget the dream stealers. And go on and pursue your God-given goals, dreams, and visions. and nasty. Who will take a stand? All right, come on down. Right there. Come on down. Come on down. I need two more for this stand. Who will take a stand against it? Come on down. And come on down. Come on down. Yeah. Come on down. All right. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. All right. You stand in the middle. Okay, then. We're just role playing. I don't know any of you people. We've never met before, okay? Now, so I'm not saying, I'm going to put you in certain roles, but I'm not saying you would be in these roles in real life. Now, what's your name? How does he know? How does he know? It could be gossip. It could be nastiness coming out of your mouth. Okay? And some of you are sitting there going, well, Keith, name calling's not bullying. Gossip's not bullying. Yes, it is. Name calling hurts. Gossip hurts. Words coming out of your mouth. You can hurt other people. Let me put it to you this way. I've been shot at. I've been stabbed. I've jumped out of planes in the air when I was from the top big contest. But there's nothing that scares me more than eighth grade gossip girl. I think they not. Oh my gosh. Look at she's like, those are my best moves. And guys, you do this too. Guys, you are just as bad with the gossip. You just don't wave your hands around as much. Look at this dude. He knows about us. He knows about He knows about middle school culture. I got a simple message for you. If you are a drama king or queen, I've got a simple message for you. It is time for the drama to stop. That's a clap line. Most schools have a clap. Do I clap? He said I could clap. You know, it's time for the drama to stop. We got enough nastiness and stuff going on. Now, I'm going to talk about 4 forms of bullying. 4 ways some of you are mean, nasty, hateful to each other. Not all of you, especially not you. I really never did this. Okay, but 4 ways. Physical, 4 from there. Physical bullying, verbal bullying, exclusive bullying, and online bullying. So physical, verbal, exclusion, online. Physical, verbal, exclusion, online. With me. Physical, do the hand things. It makes me happy. Okay, physical, verbal, exclusion, online. With me. Ready? Physical, verbal, exclusion, online. Now you guys are like, okay, Keith, physical bullying, pushing, shoving, touching, got it. Verbal bullying, name calling, gossip, dishonoring God with things that I say. Online bullying, cyberbullying, heard of that? YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I've got a Twitter account. You're like, the old dude has a Twitter account. You know, all that stuff. Okay, that's online. Then I mentioned exclusive bullying, and some of you are looking at me like, what is exclusive bullying? What is exclusion? Well, exclusion is when you shut people out of your friendship circle and you make a little group. You're like, we've got a pretty bootsy, we've got a pretty bootsy, we've got a pretty little white girl group. Yes, we do. LOL, best friends forever. And you're in my group, and you're in my group, and you're in, and you're out. We hate you. It's part of our fault that we will shut people out. We will hang out with just our friends. And we won't let people be our friends. And guys do this too. Guys, all these things I talk about, guys are just as bad, if not worse. Guys do too. I once had this 8th grader come up, not my show, I'm not making this up. You cannot make this stuff up. He comes up to me and goes, yeah, dude, you kind of made fun of my group. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, I've got kind of a group here at school. I've got a gang. I'm like, dude, you're an 8th grader, you don't have a gang. You still live with your mama. Kid's voice hadn't even changed. He's like, I've got a gang. Doesn't even shave. No, but you make these little groups, and some of you think you're better than somebody else. Like, I don't know if you have this group of guys here at this school, but there's a group of guys almost at every school in America, especially middle school. And this group of guys guys is kind of like this. I am a gift to all of you. Because I play football.
Right.
Of course, I'm from the South. In the South, you got the Duck Dynasty guys. They wear their camouflage. They all wear camouflage. You go to a public school now, they're all wearing camouflage. They're like, look, I'm a tree. You know, and there's nothing wrong with playing football. There's nothing wrong with having good friends. There is something wrong with thinking you're better than somebody else, with putting down other people, with shutting people out. I had a group of girls this one year, and they had created this mean, hateful, nasty little clique. And the drama went on forever. Teachers, raise your hand if you've had drama for months. And it just goes on and on. Now, guys tend to be more short-term. Guys are more like, I don't like you. Guys may put you in a hospital, but mean girls put you in therapy. So I got them all together, and I said, you're a late laugher. You're trying to hold your laugh in, you're going to blow a booger out your ear. Just go ahead and laugh. It's painful to watch you trying to hold your laugh in. So I got all these girls together, and I said, why are you doing this? Why are you putting her down? Why are you so mean to her? And they got all emotional. And finally, one of the girls goes, it's a rule. I said, what do you mean it's a rule? Explain this rule to me. She said, you guys know what I'm talking about. And this girl said, well, I kind of like that girl. I said, what do you mean you kind of like her? You put her down, you gossip about her, you mean to her, what do you mean? She goes, well, I have to do this. Why do you have to? Then she said this, and you know it's true. You know it goes on here. She said, my friends have decided she can't be in our group. And I'm afraid that if I'm nice to her, I'll be kicked out of my group. I was like, how sick, twisted, weird, and evil is that? And some of you are in these little groups and you can't get out of your group. Let me tell you something. And if you're in one of these pitiful little groups where if you're nice to people outside the group, you get kicked out of the group, be nice to people outside that group, get kicked out of that group, and make some new friends. Some of you are looking like, I can make new friends, really? I've been hanging out with the same kisses. You know, have you ever wondered why you do what you do? Philippians 1:10 is my favorite, one of my favorite pieces of scripture. It says this, I want you to discern, say the word discern, the difference between right and wrong. That's like spiritually figuring out the world around you. So we as believers in Christ, we're supposed to look at the world around us and try to think and understand what we're seeing. And so we're going to think about how we think about friends and appearance. Many of you will pick your friends and pick on people, judge people, put down and bully people based off appearance, based off what you see, based off race, ethnicity, color of skin, clothing, and appearance. You did it with me. And then you did it with me. As soon as I ran up here, you made some decisions. You're like, look at the funny looking white bald man. Kind of looks like Vin Diesel from The Pacifier. Just before I ran up here, one of the guys in the corner looked at me and was like, dude, do you fight in the UFC? I don't fight in the UFC. I'm old, I drive a minivan. Fight in the UFC. But we live in a culture, American youth culture, we live in a culture that worships appearance. We're all freaked out about appearance in America. You guys, some of you worship at the altar of appearance. You're like, oh, great goddess of appearance, please smear me with Proactive. And you're all freaked out about it. And what we do to girls, I don't think you guys are old enough to hear us. The pressure we put girls, you're just not getting to that stage, things are starting to change, and your appearance is starting to change, and the pressure we put girls under in America to have the perfect body and look a certain way, the pressure we put girls under in American culture is just sick. never got to see in my life. And I'm on the Disney Channel. I mean, really? Let me tell you something, girls. You don't have to look like the girls from the Disney Channel. You don't have to look like the magazine covers. You don't have to look like Taylor Swift or Katy Perry. Let me tell you something, girls. You are beautiful just the way you are. Some of you are going to go home and what did you learn at Toulouse today, honey? I don't have to look like Katy Perry. I'm calling the principal. But we get all freaked out about this stuff in American culture, do we not? And some of you get freaked out about it, and you get into this stuff. And I know you're in uniform school. You guys are blue because you look like a bunch of Smurfs, okay? But, you know, and as soon as you get home, you rush to your bedroom and you change. And then you put on the cool stuff, the weekend stuff. And you guys get all freaked out about the clothes. I know you young people. You go to the mall with your parents, and you're like, Mom, Dad, I gotta have that t-shirt. That t-shirt is $35 a kilo. We can't afford it. I gotta have that shirt. Why? Because it says Aeropostale, Docile Fossil. On your arm. And Hollister Smallester. And the South Face. Don't yell at me, dude. It's a joke. You notice how important that was to me, dude? It's like, you gotta get these brands right, I'm dying for this brand. And they don't care about you. I'll tell you something. This is key. Your value doesn't come from your appearance, the color of your skin, your figure. My value doesn't come from my appearance. Some of you are looking like, dude, that's a good thing. But my wife loves me anyway. She loves me anyway. She does. I'm out for a 3-week tour. I left yesterday morning at 3:30 in the morning to drive up here, and my wife was like, I love you so much. But you know, my value as a human, my value comes from my relationship, my faith in Christ, my belief, who I am, who loves me, who I love. My value comes from who I am. Let me break it down a little bit further for you, baby. I'm a Walmart shopper, and I'm proud. I love great value ice cream. I love what? Where else can you buy fishing tackle, motor oil, and underwear? This isn't about Walmart. I mean, it's about thinking. It's about discerning. Think. Let me put it this way. Just because your mom can afford to shop at the mall doesn't make you better than some kid whose parents cannot afford to shop at the mall. There's some beautiful scripture that backs this up. 1 Samuel 16:7. If you look up and you go back, say 1 Samuel 16:7.
1 Samuel 16:7.
It says this, it says, God sees not as man sees. Man looks at outward exterior. Man looks at car, clothing, house, neighborhood. Man looks at all that. The scripture doesn't say that. I just said that. So let's start again. 1 Samuel 16:7 says this. For God sees not as man sees. Man looks at outward exterior. God looks at the heart. That's the way we're supposed to look at it. You clap that. So, you know, some kids, let's face it, some kids get picked on because they look different. I keep on looking over. Some kids get picked on because they look different, and some kids get picked on because they are different. Let's face it, some kids are just a little different. They don't fit the cool group. They don't play sport. You know, maybe they're a little different. And if you're here and you're different, and you don't feel like you fit in, and you know who you are by now, I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to encourage you. It's okay not to fit. It's okay to be different. Let me put it to you this way. We've got enough kids that act the same, walk the same, talk the same, do the same things, into the same music, fit in, wear the perfect clothes, we've got enough of those kids, don't we? I want you to embrace it. God makes us all unique. Not one of us is the same. I want you to embrace your inner weirdness. Big hug, do a big hug. Big hug. Yeah. Look at this dude's gonna go home. This tough-looking guy, his dad's gonna be like, "What did you learn in school today, son?" Embrace your inner weirdness. I'm calling the principal. But you know, when I was in school, I was different. Somebody like, "Dude, you're different now." I know. When I was in school, I was bullied a lot. I was picked on a lot. And it's part of the reason why I do what I do. When I was in school, I was bullied a lot, picked on a lot, and just life was hard. It's really hard for me. I really struggled. You see, I stayed back in 3rd grade, and if you're here and you stayed back, I'm not saying you're like me or your life's going to be like mine. I'm just telling you kind of what I went through. And I could not read. I had something called, well, back then they called it dyslexic and dysgraphic, and then ADD, finally ADHD. H stands for hyperactive. Can you tell a little hyper? And this morning, I didn't have my medication. And I had a large coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Wow! Some of you look at me like, man, this dude is weird. I know, but it's fun. And you know, I got bullied a lot. Nobody pushed and shoved me. That would be a bad idea. But people called me names, just like some of you have called names. And I never got to sit at the cool table that much. You know, the cool table. Never got to sit there. And I couldn't, I mean, back, if you're here in your ADD, I'm not saying your life's going to be like mine, but back when I came from school, they really didn't know what to do with kids like me. They basically screamed and shouted at me a lot. Keep that down! Sit still and be quiet! I can't do it! People got in my head. People call me names, just like some of you get called names here. Some of you get judged here. And I'll never forget, I played football, which is like the only thing I could do well, which was really, and I was sitting on the bench one Saturday morning game, and I'm sitting on the bench, and I had something called audio processing disorder. I have it not today. My ears work, where my brain is supposed to sort out sound. I don't hear right. So like if my kid is clicking a pen in one room, and my wife is talking to me in the room I'm in, I hear the pen clicking. It's called audio processing disorder. Anyway, I didn't know I had it back then. I just know I didn't seem to be able to do anything right. And I was sitting on the bench, and the sunlight was coming down, and it was hitting some of the dew on the grass in front of me, like the little water, and it was making little sparkles. It was making my own little personal rainbow, and I found this fascinating. So I'm looking at the sparkles, and they called the offense out, and I don't run out because of the sparkles. They called my name, the coach was right next to me, screaming my name, but I don't run out because of the sparkles. And coach finally found me, he's like, "Keep that down. What is wrong with you, you rock?" He called me rock and put me out on the video. Everybody heard. Everybody. And that became my nickname. Now, it would have been better if it was like Rocky or The Rock, but it was just Rock. Because I was smart as a rock in their eyes. So my friends on the team were like, "Come on, let's go, Rock." And I'd be like, and I'd laugh along with them. Some of you in this room, you have been mean to other people. You've got little nicknames you've called them. You've got things you said to them for years. And you will say, now I've had kids say, "No, he doesn't care that we make fun of him or her weight. It's just our little name for them." They don't care. Key concept of it. Just because someone laughs along with something you say doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Some of you have been hurting people for years. You have been hurting people with your words. You have been hurting people with your actions. Before you go home today, some of you need to go up to someone in this room and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry." I just let people in my head, man. And then some of the adults judge me. And some of you, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but some of you have been going through that. Where adults have been getting, people will judge you. Like pre-algebra, you're supposed to finish it. You're supposed to finish pre-algebra by the end of 8th grade in Connecticut. I can't flunk in algebra. I still don't understand why you got to put letters with numbers. Keep them separate. I finally got through pre-algebra. I flunked it and I got through in 9th grade. I went down to see my guidance counselor. Because I was a special kid, I could not pick my own classes. The guidance counselor had to sign off on it. And I went down and I wanted to take algebra because I wanted to be a normal kid. I wanted to fit in. Nobody came to my school and said it's okay to be a little freaky, it's okay to be a little weird, it's okay not to fit. And I wanted to be a cool kid so bad to fit in and take the regular classes. So I go down and I say, algebra next, right? Let me tell you something, a little tip, man. Fitting in and normalcy are overrated. So I finally get down there and I tell my guidance counselor, algebra next, isn't algebra next? And she looked me in the eyes and she said, Keith, you need algebra to get into college. By the way, algebra is very important, especially if you want to go to college. And she said, but you're not going to college. And it's going to be too hard for you. It's absolutely true. She said, let's focus on getting you out of high school. You want to know something? I believe that. I'm not college material. I never be anything. And some of you in this room have let people speak a lie into you. Maybe you're not making me go through that whole academic thing that I went through. But I can tell by some of your faces, the way you're looking at me or not looking at me, that you don't feel good about yourself because you have let people speak into you a lie. And I don't know what that lie is because we mess with kids so bad in American culture. Maybe, see, I let myself be bullied into a box. Maybe you're in this room and you've let yourself be bullied into a box. Maybe you're in a little ADD box, man. You stay in the ADD box, kid. That's what we don't expect that much. You just take medicine and try to sit still, man. And maybe you're in the quiet room box. You've been a little quiet girl since 2nd grade. You stay in the quiet room box. That's what you are. Don't go out for leadership. Don't go out for routine. Don't try to make new friends. You're a little intellectual quiet girl. Maybe you're in the pretty girl box. Oh, we think you're pretty and you're cute and you're beautiful and we talk about you and admire you, but don't do well at math and science because that's not what we expect of you. You stay in the box. Maybe you're in the tough guy box. Oh, we think you're tough. We think you're strong. You're going to do well and all that. Don't you like creative writing? Don't you do poetry? That's not what we expect. Maybe in the poor box. Maybe in this box. Maybe in that box. Nobody's got a right to stick you in a box. Nobody. Genesis 1:26 says this. Let us make a man so in our image. You are divinely created. Now I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to say something, and some of you are going to be like, Keith, I can't decide what time I go to bed. But I'm going to tell you something. And if you will understand this, your life is going to go a lot better. Man, the people around you, the people in this room, the people in this community, they do not decide who you are and who you're going to be. Ultimately, you decide who you are and who you're going to be. That's you, baby. That's you, baby. And how do you do this, man? Because you got to understand this. You guys got to say it. And it's actually, it's a good saying. It's kind of accurate. You got to say, haters gonna. What you mean by that is there are people, I'm going to do this show, there's someone in here today that's going to do something that's tomorrow. It's just part of it. It's like you say, haters gonna, there will always be haters, there will always be dream killers, there will always be people that will try to take from you. When we get older, we call them in-laws. Just kidding. But, there will always be people out there that will try to mess with you. So you got to understand why they do what they do. Haters hate, racists are haters. Haters want to, hey, I'm just going to lay this out. It's not politically correct, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Bullies, racists, haters, cowards, gossips, they are all cowards. Haters are cowards, racists are cowards, bullies are. Bullies are. And they do what they do to create an emotional reaction. They do what they do to create an emotional reaction. They do what they do to create an emotional. They do what they do to create an emotional. They're all about freaking you out. They can put you down. They can make you cry. They can make your shoulders slump. If they can freak you out, you give them what they want. If you deliver your happiness up to a hater, and you say to them, you ruined my day, you basically let them own you. And some of you have spent a lot of your life getting owned by people. Letting people, renting out space, letting people in your head in. Don't get owned. Okay, let me tell it to you as a story. Maybe you get into the story. I've got a little girl home. She's hiding in the picture finger. And she's got a scratchy little voice. I gave birth to an Aflac duck. And she's got a little pink poodle named Puppy Puddles. She loves this little pink poodle. She drags this little stuffed animal everywhere. How many of you have a little stuffed animal home you love? Dude, you know you love your teddy. Look at this girl's like, how does he know about my teddy? That's weird. He knows about my teddy. So she drags this little stuffed animal. She loves this little stuffed animal. Loves it. Drags it everywhere. I have no idea how much she loved this little stuffed animal till the day we loaded up the minigate to do the 16-and-a-half-hour trip to Florida with all the kids packed in the car doing what adults call suffering. And I give my kids a speech. How many of you get a speech before a long trip? Go to the bathroom. I don't have to, Dad. Go to the bathroom. I don't have to. Go stand there. Okay. And then you get this one, you come out there with your iPods, your blankets, your pillow, your iPhone, your stuff there. You know, how many of you do that? You load that thing in with all your stuff. And I say to my kids, this speech, I know you get this. If any of you need a stuffed animal or a toy, a restaurant, or a rest area, I am not turning around. You're bringing all this stuff, you're responsible. I am not turning around. Where's your hand? You heard that? I am not turning around. Oh, this is my little brother. Daddy, I'm a baby brother that got the barrel. Turn around, 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 Now, today, we're going to talk about bullying, racism, prejudice, backbiting, gossip. Basically, you people. And we're going to base it on Scripture. And one of the Scriptures we're going to talk about today is Romans 12:2. Say Romans 12:2. And that's it says, be ye not conformed to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. In other words, we're supposed to be different. We're not supposed to gossip. We're not supposed to be racist. We're not supposed to bully, pick on, and mess with other people. But we do. I don't know why I'm looking at you. Just kidding. And so, you know, and so we're going to talk about bullying, racism, prejudice, gossip. We're not supposed to do any of those things. And some of you are sitting here going, well, dude, I'm not a